Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all doing good and well as usual. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my very last monthly manicures for the year of 2022, which is going to be December. But before we get into that, I did want to discuss some nail polish goals that I talked about in my last Black Friday haul. I'm going to link that up for you guys up above. So there's 3 or 4 specific goals that I talked about, and the first one is I did really want to strengthen my nails at the end of this year, and I'm really happy with results, but I want to talk about some things I did to kind of get here. So at first I was really shocked about how a nail hardener stopped working for me, which is Witchcraft. I did talk about my favorite base and top coats. It was one of my most used and never failed nail hardeners and base coats, and it just stopped working for me. So I decided to look inward. So I actually got a blood test done because I was feeling really lethargic as well, and I found out I was pretty low on iron, like basically almost anemic, and I started taking some supplements in July. So it's been about 6 months now, and my nails have definitely grown. I am super satisfied with the length as well, and my thumbs are basically the same length, which hasn't happened in a very long time. So I'm really pleased with this results. But also I started taking some vitamin B12 pills as well, vitamin B12 supplements as well, just to kind of, give me some more energy, and it's worked. I've been feeling in pretty high spirits lately, so it's been nice. So right now I really just want to maintain my nail strength. I know there'll be some chips and cracks along the way, but as long as I can maintain this strength and most importantly this shape, because I did reshape them to almond around Halloween, so about 8 weeks ago now, and I am extremely satisfied. I found when my nails were squared, they were snagging on things and not really staying the same length. They would just chip, and it was really annoying. So yeah, I'm really super happy about these results I've had. So I will say that I did accomplish that goal this year. Number 2 was trying untrieds, and I did get through a lot, but unfortunately I lost count along the way towards the end of the year, like October, November, which is so silly because it's so close to the end of the year. So I know I did try a lot, but going into this year I do actually want to keep track of them. So I'm starting with this one on my nails now. This is the first manicure of the year, so it is definitely an untried. So I will keep track of that and update you guys maybe in June or July, because that's halfway through the year, just to kind of see where I'm at. We'll see. And number 3 was definitely buying less. So I did accomplish that for most of 2022, except for November, which was Black Friday, and I totally forgot to exempt this from the list. I really should have, but going into my goals I didn't really think about that. So but now that I am, I feel like I'm just gonna always exempt November, and especially just keep the months to a low buy, because I really do want to get through the majority of my untrieds. Maybe not through this year, but maybe closer into next year, 2024 possibly. But yeah, I really just want to make an effort to get through my untried. So did a good job, but this time I really want to keep track and update you guys with the exact numbers. So that was basically it for my goals. I think that's a lot for me, especially with filming lately. Last year was kind of weird for me. I took more breaks than I wanted to, and that was actually another goal of mine, but that's why I didn't mention it, because I did want to upload more videos this year. But sometimes when you're just feeling low, you don't really feel like posting, because you're not really giving your usual energy. And sometimes when you're feeling down or like a bit depressed, you just don't want to film. So if I do happen to take breaks, I'm just taking a little rest. But I do want to try and upload at least 1 video a week this year, so that would be about 4 videos a month, which I think is pretty sufficient. Let me know what you guys think. Well, without further ado, let's just get into these December manicures. Well, the first mani that we're going to talk about is a polished topper duo, and the first one is from Saki Cosmetics. This is called Silver Metal. I absolutely love this silver metallic chrome in my nail polish. This just applies so well. The formula is fantastic. I call this silver fox in nail form. This is just it looks like platinum on your nails. It's absolutely beautiful and looks dazzling in the sun. Reminds me of so many things, like the Tin Man, space boots, a spacesuit, whatever. And I did top it with Krisable Designs Under the Mistletoe Reflective Topper, which is silver, red, and green. Now the reflective didn't come out as much as I would have liked it to, but in the end, I really still did like this polish. I wore it for about 5 days. Thought it was kind of like a nice welcome into December as well. It's very subtle, but it's very elegant on your nails too. Kind of reminds me of, you know, something frosted that you'd see at a holiday party. And also, these are both Canadian indie brands, so that is another win. So Saki Cosmetics Silver Medal and Krisable Designs Under the Mistletoe Reflective Topper. The next two are from Colorista Carol. The first one is called XOXO and the second one is called Splendor. These are both her red reflective polishes, and I will say that I do think the red one does look better on my nails as I wore one on my right and one on my left. I wanted to see how they both looked at the same time, and I really did like the red one more. And I'm definitely gonna have to wear these two polishes again because, as you can see, I'm not showing you a swatch because I lost them / forgot to take the photos. These both had a bit thick formulas, so I definitely am going to use some thinner in both of them, but yeah, really loved both of these, but this one just a bit more. Next we have a quintessential Christmas krelly from KB Shimmer. This is called Baking Spirits Bright, and this really does look like a frosted Christmas cookie when it's matte on your nails, but the formulas kind of changed with this one a bit. The base is kind of giving me Elmer's glue vibes. And I don't mean that in like a bad way at all, because it never used to do that. And I don't know, so I added a bit of thinner, so hopefully when I use it next time it will, you know, be a bit thicker, because when I do that I do like to give the polishes a bit of time to settle before I use them again, and for me that actually makes them work a bit better as opposed to, like, you know, exposing them to so much air again. So yeah, I like to keep them like tight sealed, but after I apply thinner. But yeah, this one I absolutely love, and definitely going to keep it in my collection because I do think the thinner will help. And definitely one that I will probably wear every year matte. So that was Baking Spirits Bright by KB Shimmer. After that, I did wear another polish topper combo, and Caitlin from Caitlin Swatches was destashing some polishes, and I did get few of them, and this is the first one. It's by Clionadh Cosmetics. This is called Pegasus. This did come out in October's 2022 PPU, so just a few months ago. This is a teal with an indigo shift with some flakies in there. This definitely gave me Christmas vibes, but guess what, guys? It also gave me mermaid vibes. So with those flakies in there, I thought this went well with Starlight polishes. How Many Dice Do You Need was basically a dupe for Holo Taco's Everything Taco that I did get in Polish Pickups PPU last year. I really enjoyed this combo, and you know what? Without even saying it, someone did tell me my nails look like a mermaid, and you know, that just spoke to my heart. It really did. So a little Christmas with some mermaid-esque. You know, this obviously is a combo that was made in heaven for me. So that was Clionadh Cosmetics Pegasus and Starlight Polishes How Many Dice Do You Need topper. The second polish that I picked up from Caitlin is called Get Your Cherry On by Great Lakes Lacquer, and this is a brand that I've wanted to try for a very long time now. They're just a brand that has spoken to me ever since I found out about them. Their flakies are phenomenal, and I always did want to get them on a Black Friday sale, but they weren't really having much of one this year. But so I was really happy to get my first and now only Great Lakes Lacquer polish right now anyway. And yeah, this one is so interesting. It has these three main components, that orange shift and that pink reddish glow. Oh, I absolutely love this. This looked beautiful on the nails. Gorgeous shimmer, and definitely one for the books for me. This definitely would have been one of my favorite polishes, but I think I just tried it too late in the year and I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, I definitely want to get this on my nails again, maybe next month or sometime soon, because it's gorgeous. And I think when it's going to be matte, it's kind of going to look velvety on the nails, which is another bonus. I don't think it falls into my candied red polishes because it's a shimmer, so, and I like my candy reds to be kind of like have like glitter or something in it. But yeah, this one's very, very pretty. This next one is one I did put on my Varnish and Vibe list because it is on my untrieds, and I really, really loved it. This is Julie G's Gelato in Venice, topped with Krisable Designs Pop the Champagne Topper, which is a white glitter polish with some gold, some gold glitter in there. Oh, this was so pretty. I did put this on my spring rack last year actually, but I didn't get a chance to try it, so I did want to make it more kind of holiday for the season, and it did work out very well. Loved this one a lot. This polish has a great formula. I've had it for years, and it's just always maintained its consistency, even though I've never used it before. You know, it wasn't watery. I don't have to thin it down. Really, really nice. And I thought this was just such a nice minty wintry vibe and just an anomaly for the season. So that was Julie G's Gelato in Venice with Krisable Designs Pop the Champagne Topper. Okay, now this next one was definitely a favorite, not only because it was a freebie, but I feel like it just fit with the name and just the vibe of the season. So this is The Night Before Christmas by Jen and Berries. This one has a dark Christmas vibe, and it also reminds me of KB Shimmer's Baking Spirits Bright, but just the black version. So without the silver glitters, because this one does have silver glitters in it. But really, really cool. I think I'm really into wearing colors on one hand and the other right now. So maybe I will, you know, do that for next Christmas. Just wear KB Shimmers with on one hand and this one on the other, because this polish is really nice, and I think I would want to try it matte as well. Really glad that I got this one, and Jen and Berries is also a really great brand. So that was The Night Before Christmas. Next combo is one that I wore on Christmas. This is my Christmas manicure. This is Road Lacquer's Put a Wreath on It with Zoya's Oswin. Has an accent on my ring finger. Loved this one. Oh boy. Definitely a quintessential polish that Road Lacquer did so well with, and I'm so glad she made it her doorbuster. It sold out so quick, and she added more, obviously. But love this one. It really does look like a Christmas wreath. My favorite part is that gold in there. It just came out so well on my nails, just so festive and beautiful. And Zoya's Oswin is one of their pixie dust finishes, and I did enjoy this one. I do want to wear Oswin as a full manicure eventually, probably next month, definitely, because I've been talking about this one for a while, so I gotta make it happen. But yes, I did really enjoy this combo. Rogue makes some fantastic polishes, and I don't even have a couple of them, and already turning into one of my favorite brands. So that was Rogue Lacquer's Put a Wreath on It with Zoya's Oswin has an accent. So after Christmas, I kind of wanted something neutral, because the days in between, you know, after Boxing Day and then, you know, from the 27th to the 30th, it's just kind of a blur. So I did want to put on a winter polish that I did put on my rack, and this is Essie's Making Harmony, which is a soft, dusty, light purple polish. So many great undertones. It's beautiful. And I did on top of it Aurora Unicorn Skin by Holo. I did enjoy this combo a lot. I thought the flakies really brought out the purple quite a bit, and also at certain angles the flakies kind of brought out this orangey like yellow that was in the bottle. Incognito kind of topper. I really need to get Holo whole line of unicorn skins, because I do really like them. They are great formulas and just so versatile. I think next Black Friday I just might gift myself with those, but we'll see. So that was Essie's Making Harmony topped with Aurora Unicorn Skin by Holo. And the finale of my monthly manicures is definitely my favorite. Save the best for last. This is OPI's Save Me. This did come out in their Nicki Minaj collection long time ago. I think when her first album came out. Love this polish. This is just that quintessential, you know, New Year's Eve polish, and this is actually ironically one of my ugly pretty picks, and for that reason, it's because a lot of people don't like bar glitters. It reminds them of hair. So you guys are probably freaked out about my sweater right now. Sorry about that if it's freaking you out. But I do really love this polish. Those holographic bar glitters in there are just so unique. This is indie polish vibes. Definitely just a mainstream that reminds me of an indie polish. It's gorgeous. And yeah, definitely got a lot of compliments on this. When you just flash your nails, I think I put a little video of it on my Instagram, and oh, the bar glares in there just look electric. Really, really cool. I could rave about this polish, but you guys get the gist. And it was a little thick, but since I did use a lot of it, I did put a bit of thinner of it, and now is the perfect consistency. So here's to hoping that it stays that way. So that was OPI's Save Me and my last mani of 2022. All right, everyone, that was it for my nail goals and my December monthly manicure. Let me know what you wore this month. I'm always interested in hearing that, of course. Has you just seen what I wore? It's only fair, share. So thanks guys for watching so much. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care.